Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the original, to the other girl. I mean, lah. Anyways, this is Nazuki, always full energy. This is Sayori, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Nazuki. Well, it's nice to meet you both. And it sounds like you already know, Monica. Is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Balls. Balls. Monica smiles sweetly. We know each other well. We talked, and well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me genuinely feels a little. You too, Monica? Come sit down, Balls. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me and Monica. And I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Siri mentioned, it's been winded so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Siri. Nazuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Nazuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feels awkward. I take a seat next to Yuri. Nazuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Nazuki lifts the foil off the tray and reveals a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate are used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Nazuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Siri grabs one first and then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Siri talks to her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Nazuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Nazuki. Balls. Why are you talking? Why are you thanking me? It's not like I haven't I heard this somewhere before? Oh no. Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did, Siri said. Well, maybe. But not for you, dummy. Alright. I give up Nazuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. I don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean that, I believe you. Well, the tea is reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least you enjoy the tea though. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles at herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? Fucking tricked. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sarah. Yeah, you were tricked. You were bamboozled. You were baked, bruh. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Siori seems really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member of any of the major clubs. You were a leader of the debate club last year. Haha, well, To be honest, I can't stand all these politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it, and then encourage others to make that into literature, and then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. But then I'm surprised there weren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it in that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. Have you worked hard? You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. What I'm trying to do, obviously. But it makes school events like the festivals that's much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why we're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining, yeah? Yeah, seems like it. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. It's boring, bro. Reading's boring, bro. Also, balls! What kind of things do you like to read? Well, consider how little I've read these past few years. I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Hazuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. And not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that's a change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile, bruh. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, I see. Well, let's see, Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. Oh no. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes lighten up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements, usually immersive as well, versus me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can also deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? For real? I didn't know. Anyways, I have been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. Fuck the aim. I desperately grasp something I relates to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Bro, I am a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. Oh, I'm gonna fix this motherfucker. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Nizuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Nizuki? Well, what? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looks like you were looking at a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give it that back. Fine. Your pancakes, your poems. Everything you do is such as cute as you are. Shiri slides up behind Nizuki and puts her hand on her shoulder. I'm not cute. Nizuki, you write your own poems. Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Balls. Why don't you share them sometimes? No. Nizuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Nizuki feels. Sharing that level of writing makes more than confidence. The truest form of writing is writing one to oneself. You must be willing to open to the readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have a writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you shared some of your work, you can always set an example and help Nizuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Well, I guess it's the same for you, Yuri. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Nizuki and Yuri looks quizzically at it's not even a word. Quizzically. Hold on. Alright. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think will help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right? Balls. I'm never gonna get old. Never gonna get old. Monica smiles warmly and once again. Hold on. There's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back in the original topic of joining the club, I bluntly came forth with what's been on my mind this entire time. I never said I would join this club, obviously. Siri may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made a decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Oh no. But I'm sorry. I thought balls. You all. I'm defenseless against these girls. Obviously, there's four of them. What am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? Obviously, that is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Siri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Balls, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. I can really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills. I already feel like anxiety wells up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat and Yuri and Nazuki clean up their food. Hey, balls! Since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Siri. And I never walked home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school with them? Perhaps all the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just have to make the most of the circumstances, and I'm sure the good fortune will find me. And I guess it starts with the writing of the poem tonight. this. Let's see. Hurt, frightening, disarray, fictitious, vivitatious, proof, misery, cage, eternity, empty, judgment, covert, boop, despise, vitality, philosophy, vesture, after image, incongruence. Yeah. Wrath, pout, tears, alone, cry, tragedy, disown, crimson, let's go. Hi again, balls. Glad to see you. Didn't run away on us again. Obviously. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least gotta keep my mind on the wild word, bruh. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I hate this, man. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, balls. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like, he deserves any slap. Siri told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. So I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Mizuki, you clearly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Mizuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Mizuki pops back onto her seat. Don't worry, guys. Balls always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. See, that's what I mean. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Theory, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You're telling me you ain't gonna run from him? I'd walk away out that place at that point. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Oh no. How come you and Balls can become good friends too? Siri? As usual, Siri seems obvious to the weird situation she's put me into. Oh, Yuri even bought you something today, you know. Well, wait, Siri. Yeah, me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Siri made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm Sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So many nice gestures from you is a pleasure surprise. It'll make a happy. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. That's just you. Alright. Well, yeah. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you want. This is how it is, girl. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? She's even picked a book she thinks I'd like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now, what everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intensive expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Nazuki is rummaging around in the closet, like, for real. What are you doing? You trying to steal something? Trying to rob? I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I'd catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper into her book. Sorry. I just spaced out. I just muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. I was just focused, and I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a little bit of this, so that's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I just wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious on how you have two copies of the same book. Well, I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see that there's something fairly obviously here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. Yeah. Probably not. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. And so what about what's it about, anyways? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes all over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. Uh-oh. Markov? That's a Russian book. Dalskana Russia. Markov dude. There's an obvious looking eye symbol in front of the cover. The occult. The eye of the occult. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in the blah 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 blah. When you date someone and you know their conversations are like boring as fuck, but as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a homo experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri genuinely giggles all the time. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Balls? Balls. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Ooh. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different, bro. Okay, do yourself. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at the life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals and their own philosophy that they have belief in. And suddenly, when you thought you were related to the protagonist, they made out to be a naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Yeah, you're getting really boring. Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I have lost interest or anything. Yeah, Balls probably did. Because they're balls. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I wish I can, but the game doesn't let me do that. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. At least I can do is listen. All least I can do is listen. For real, bruh. You're a homie. Homegirl over here. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it right. You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you were looking forward to it. Well, let me just get that book. Let me just get that book, bro. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine. If I see her, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little bit apprehensive about that. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't worry or I don't want you to. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in a company with someone. I see.
Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I feel her presence all over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye and realizes that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Very funny. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk into it up against Yuri's, then hold my book once more between two of them. I was supposed to. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders almost touching. God. Oh my God. This is weird as hell. Hi, we've been trying to reach you regarding the application you submitted on your sales position and your Indeed. Sorry, I'm just reading something else. I'm starting to read just to read now because of this goddamn game. Alright. Once we each lean into a little bit of shoulders. This is fucking cringe. It's just like, just either do it or don't. Like, just like, why would you just like lean to the side a little bit? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm playing with the motherfucker right, if I'm just sitting right next to him, bro, I'm just gonna be like, you know, leaning on the motherfucker like this, not almost touching. Be like, what you doing, bruh? What you doing? Yeah, we doing cool? Yeah, I'm just fucking messing, making funny shit, making it funny. Now I'm like, I'm Jamie. It's creepy. That's kind of creepy. Just go like, just make it funny. Like, hey, what you doing, bruh? Well, this is a good book. Not like, bruh. It feels like my chest, that my left arm is in the way. So instead, I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that means it kind of difficult to turn the page. It's kind of difficult. Mm-hmm. Here. Oh no. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I can see that. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. Okay? But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting. And it's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? You turn the page. Did you turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient. If it makes you a bit longer, it's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri's no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Bro, just read the fucking book. Just read the book. Don't pay attention to the growth. Read the book. That's the reason why you're here. That's the reason why you're doing the club. This is like going to church and just finding the next girl in the book club, or in the church, like the reading pastor thing. It's like the same thing. It's giving me creepy church vibes. My thumb gently let go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she's also second guessing all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. Okay, so she is reading it, but not all of it. You already know she's not reading all of it. Let's be real here. Look at this right here, the eyes. Just look at that. It's not like I see into your head or anything. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. You remain silent for a moment. But balls! That's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Oh wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I'm more meant that it's kind of cute. Sorry. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we shared these poems with each other. We may not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Okay. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. I mean, can't promise anything because let's be real here. Reading sucks. Come on. Unless you got like a bachelor's degree in literature, then let's be real here. It kind of sucks. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book. Then I slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? yeah, my relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. For real, like, come on. Well, no, that's everyone. Now that everyone's ready, why don't you find something to share with? Something to share with. I can't wait. Siri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Siri is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's... Oh, what the hell? Oh, Snapchat. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Nezuki and Yuri reluctantly, I can't even say that word anymore. They're bearing, okay? Nezuki and Yuri are bearing, complying, as well. Reluctantly complying. I can't even say that word anymore. Reaching into their bags. They're regretting reaching into their bags right now. Okay, they're regretting it at the moment. I do the same myself. I like Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. I'm gonna do this. As Yuri reads the poem, I noticed her eyes lined. Exceptional. What was that? Did I just say that out loud? Yuri's first covers her mouth. Oh, man. But then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. He's going to hate me. I hope the fuck I do. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Huh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imaginary and metaphors indicate you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri shows off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words of the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. I just that there was specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. And I think most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up writing styles separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weak. Well, let's be real here. The whole writing of the game is basically every single switch up, swoo around movie type deal, but it's more meta. So I mean, all it is adding a new code of meta to it. Let's be real here. They've been doing this since 2013, so this game came out in 2016. So I mean, obviously, but Yeah. Let's see if there's a better way of holding my mic. Do. That's better. Alright. End result both express. The end result is that both of our styles and expressiveness are weak. When Zuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Demeanor totally changes. Demeanor. That's so common of a word now. Her slamming completely is gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that is not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that can go into writing and even a simple poem. Not just finding them into the building and not getting them to work together is probably not the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it comes with the practice and learning by example and trying new things. And also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Mizuki can be a little bit based. Dumb. Okay. Based? No. Well, never mind. I should be talking about people like that. Yeah, well, you just did, so sorry. It's fine. It's not really. That's kind of fucked up. You talk about people's backs. You talk about people's backs. That's fucked. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Nazuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please, man. God. Please do. I'd love to share my thoughts and process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
Ghost under the lights. The templates of my hair illuminates beneath the amber glow bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining street light to have whistled
the fuck is that?
Whistled the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. The bathed, calm breathing of the air, present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
I'm sorry. I have such a terrible handwriting. Well, what? I wasn't thinking of that at all. But it took you a long time to read. You fucker. Fuck you. You know what? Fuck you. Okay? Fuck you, alright? That wasn't that hard long. I was making a fucking bit. I just don't read scripts very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty...
Scripts?
Bruh, he's on point right now when I'm talking right now, bruh. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Okay, we're doing this. I'm getting this off the stand. Get this off. Get it off! Get over here. I also like the poem. Okay. Even though it's short, it was very descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost theory? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, balls. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I'm suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poems often express own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than a simple story or paint picture. In this case, Perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in the past, or lingering in the last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of their past. There you go. Well, I mean, I was right. And I was soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. Huh? It's nothing really. Yours is impressive too, so. Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. Fucking balls. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, balls. Balls. I mean, yeah, you should be taking care of your balls. Not Manscaped ad. Not Manscaped ad. Me too. Who should I show my poem to next? I don't know. Let's do let's do Monica, since it's gonna be the last one. Hi, balls. Having a good time so far? No. Good. I'm glad to hear. No, I'm not. By the way, since you were new and everything, if you ever had any suggestions for the club, like new activities or anything we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring up things. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, balls. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, balls. I was going to in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go do something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That's why it always counts when I put some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes simple and direct words when describing happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that efficiently, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of your nuances. It can take years to practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point, and never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near your level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. You do you, basically. Alright. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things too. I think for things a lot. it could be a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit based towards their own kinds of style. But I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, it's not very good. You sound pretty confident from someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Oh my god, I'll read this. Oh god. Hole in the wall. I couldn't have been me. I see the direction the sparkle protrudes, a noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out of the sun. But it's too late. My retinals already scorched with a permanent copy of my meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Yeah, that's a metaphor or something. So what do you think? It's very freeform, and it's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to be asking for this feedback. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's kind of the style I've gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between the words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be very powerful. Yeah, words can be powerful once you spend enough time figuring it out, how to use them properly, and social engineering. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of empathy. I don't care. I don't even know what this says. Empathy. I think it says empathy. I've been influencing my poems a bit. And come on, are you gonna do this to me? Gonna be reading this again? And empathy? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try too hard to make it perfect, then you will never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. Okay. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Great. Nazuki, come on. Yeah, I wanted to do yours last, but the girl that made me go here, because that's what she deserves. Balls, What if you're not going to take this club seriously? Then go home. Well, what? Well, I mean, I don't want to take this club serious. That's why that's the point. I didn't want to be in this fucking shit in the first place. Harsh. What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? Yes. I'm not a writer. You don't even know that my name Balls is a fucking joke. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I put effort into it. We all started summer, right? If you're still proud of this first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Got him. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'd get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyways, I guess I got to share mine now. You know, you'll probably think it's stupid. Oh my god. How can I say it's dumb when it's not dumb? Or how can I... Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, or owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Okay. Yeah. And you told me I'm bad. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I don't. That's the truth. I like it. No, that's not. I don't like it. I like it. It's bad. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because it's like a child wrote it. Everyone in high school thinks I'm writing. It's supposed to be that writing is supposed to be skated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously because you write like a child. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? No, the point in poems is to write something funny or something something crazy, so that a person can actually be like, hey, this looks pretty cool. I'm gonna put this on in a book, and then you end up selling it to the writers and then make money out of it. That's how it works. Your writing styles won't make your message any less valid. Or it's thought-provoking. Any thought-provoking fucking poem, they'll be like, I'm gonna sell that now. It's money. And the writer doesn't really get any money for it. Technically, any type of writing, you don't get any money for unless it's like put into like a media of some sort. Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. Are you sure? Bro, all I got off of that was child behavior writer. I guess more went into it than I realized, bro. It's just children writing. That's what means to be a pro. Bro, it wasn't even that good. Let's be real here. You wrote like a child, and that's just that. I'm glad you learned something. You didn't expect that from the youngest one here, didn't you? I did. You did. I did. That's exactly what I thought. I guess I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Nazuki feels proud, then I wouldn't take that anything anyway from her. Take that anyway from her. Or take that away from her. Not anyway. Any from her. Take that away from her. I can't fucking talk today. What the hell?
Slaps head. Slapped bald head. Bald head. This is your poem, or this is your good poem, balls. Oh, this is a good poem, balls. Okay. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why I'm impressed. That's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room? Question mark. Well, of course. I'm not really into it, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. I see. It's like I said before. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Yuri. I'm not sure if Yuri seems the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Well, see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. It's a kind of a good poem. It's not that bad. Let's be real. It's better than everybody else's poems. Let's be real, because it ends I want breakfast. Because obviously the whole time she's just thinking about I want breakfast. Not, oh, I just want this and that. Like, the whole time she's thinking about the morning, and I want to eat something. That's actually thought-provokingly good. You know, that's different. Siri actually did a really good poem. Siri, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Hey, that was a good one though. That was a good poem though. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. You did pretty good. You did better than all the other ones. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that and that it was a bad poem, bro. Why are they saying it's a bad poem? It's not even a bad poem. It's one of the better ones in all of them because they ended up with a good thesis. Like, it's better than, literally the reason why it's better than all their else poems, because they're all like don't make a lot of sense. They're clear. They're not clear through it, right? In the poems, but Yuri makes a good clear poem. So it's like you understand that it's the morning, you're waking up, and I want breakfast now. It kind of puts you on that thought-provoking head. Like, hey,
I'm walking around and spacing out, and oh, I just want breakfast. It's that simple. A poem doesn't need to be that complicated. But except for the other one that did look like a child poem, this is not a child poem. This is this is better. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyways, thanks for showing me. Hehe. That was so much fun. Monica's the best. Ah, yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Phew. Guess that's everyone. And glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I was anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand to theirs. It's a literature club after all. I sigh. After this night, next day, I'm gonna stop the live because my brain's dying from trying to be expressive. I guess that's what I end up getting myself into. Crossing the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri's and Nusuke. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read their tandem and watch each of their expressive change, Nusuke's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with the sign? Or what's this? What is this language? Huh? Did you just say something? Oh, it's nothing. Nusuke merely returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you can say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Do you just completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Huh? You have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say. Thanks, but I really didn't come out nice at all. It didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Balls did too. Balls. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions on my own. First of all, excuse me? I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my own writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Nah. And Balls liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Nusuke suddenly stand up. Oh, didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Yeah, that's not what I. You're just. Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Balls appreciated my advice more than he appreciated yours, huh? And how do you know he'd appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? That wasn't one of whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as the balls started showing up. Bro, I can't. Nasuki, that's a little. That doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turn towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. But balls. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this would have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out of the reader, not forced to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, balls. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary, limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, balls? Well, how did you get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course, what's it gonna be? Yuri. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. That's what Trin does all the time. Have her opinion be different and she argues with me. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri. Huh? You are a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, but here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it's becoming something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, but if you just told her how you felt, then this would have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said something that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Yeah. Natsuki clenches her teeth. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I ended up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Siri, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'll spare me the having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumbles up the poem with her hand and throws it in the trash. Natsuki, she really didn't need to do that. I looked across the room, Yuri and her chin buried in her hands while she stared down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in a adjacent chair. Sign. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You've handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Balls. You're so kind. I'm thankful to have you as part of this club now. It's enough. One more thing. That one thing that Nezuki said about you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So? Yeah? What thing did Nezuki say? Yeah. Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time to leave. Thank God. My head hurting. How about you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Balls, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with a newfound determination. Balls! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Yuri beams at me. It's truly been a while since Yuri and I have spent so much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Yuri? What? About what happened earlier? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Nezuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, don't you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they didn't make good friends with you. Whew. You know, Balls, it's nice that I have spent time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's every day is going to be so much fun. Sign. It looks like Siri still hasn't changed. Still hasn't caught into the kind of situation I'm in yet. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but doesn't it really need to stop there? Well, just have to see what in the future holds, Siri. I pat Siri on the shoulder, and I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Siri as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Okay, we're done. I'm not reading anymore. Save. Okay, we're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. This was annoying. God, that was brain. Dude, that was brain dead. Dude, someone said hi. That was cool. Okay. I couldn't see it, but that was cool. Alright, I'm done.